Winter is coming. Scientists have officially brought back dire wolves. Why in the Willy Wonka Jurassic Park are we doing this? Yeah, maybe we could cook up some saber-tooth tigers or some Gigantopithecus and just have this up rainforest cafe. And the thing that really bothers me is that guys already have way too many references in the gym. I can see it now. When the moments are dire, the dire wolves show up. And it's just some 49-year-old dad commenting on like a Facebook post about saving the children from the trans strippers that are at a preschool library or something. You can't play God. There's going to be a butterfly effect. Furry communities are about to explode. I mean, people are probably on the fence. Some people are like, no, I don't want to go dress up as a dog and cheat on my family. It doesn't sound like a good time. I would never jeopardize my life for that. Oh, what? Dire wolf furry costumes just hit the market? Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I hope all is well in your world. It's amazing to be chatting with you again. We're still trying to figure out the format of the show and figure out how we're going to do it this time around. This almost feels like a season 2, okay, of the podcast. And it's just, we're figuring it out as we go. And this dire wolf stuff is crazy if we really break it down. It just, what are we doing? We've just learned nothing. Okay, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's obviously cool. We're going to be real to be able to create these things, bring them back. But I'm just like, why? Why are we looking in the past? Why aren't we going forward? We're going to create something. Why don't we make something new? Okay. Why? Well, it's like every movie in Hollywood. Why are we just creating the same thing over and over again? How about a new story? How about a new plot line? Why don't we start combining some creatures? What about a dire cat or something? Why don't we, I know they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth. Does everything have to be a life size? Like we made like teacup poodles. If you want to make a teacup dire wolf, let's do that. That'd be much better than a full size one. What are we doing? We're bringing back. We were at odds with these things forever. Okay, and we're just gonna jump back in the. Have we strayed that far from God? That far from how times really were? I think about that when it rains out here. When there's a good Texas storm happening, just lightning and thunder and rain and wind, and I'm talking about rain, baby. That shit comes down almost sideways when the wind's hitting it, and I'm just inside. Just air conditioner, heater, water, a freezer full of food, and electricity, and I could just watch. I think I could watch stuff till the day I die. I have access to so much entertainment. And here's the thing. This is the reality of it. You ever scrolled on Netflix forever? You ever scrolled and you're just like, oh, there are a bajillion things that I could watch, but I don't want to. That's the world we live in. Too many options. And things have gotten too weird to where we're just like, I wonder if it's our lizard side, our need to struggle in us, our inherent need to struggle as man, where we're subconsciously creating chaos. Throw a little dire wolf into the mix. Okay, these tariffs aren't enough to terrify me. I'm copyrighting that phrase, terrifying, tariffs. That sounds like something Anchorman would say. But yeah, I just don't. I also am like, who funded that? Is it taxpayers? Where are these people getting these grants? Is this somehow coming out of our pockets that we're making dire wolves? Unless we're making them to eat, unless we're finding out dire wolf backstraps are delicious. Okay, I'm not really on board with the whole eating dogs and animals things. I get it. There's some cultures that, that's like their main thing is eating animals. Nothing will get me more sad than you hit a weird thing on your algorithm. Sometimes I don't even ask for it. I think the algorithm sometimes likes to mess me up a little bit. Sometimes there's only a certain level of misery that will actually get you to take action and go into a certain thing. And sometimes it feels like the algorithm does that, where it's like, boom, I'm trying to bank you back into where we want you. I get a little too weird into animal stuff, where I'm nature's metal meets You start watching too many like sad animals where people like dogs get rescued from the shelter. You can make a fucked up alien Frankenstein baby of your algorithm if you dabble in too many overlapping synonyms. Okay, you start getting nature is metal mixed with animals like dogs seeing their owner come back from the military. And then you see like something else that's animal related, like, oh, this dog in the shelter, come save it. You can make a fucked up Frankenstein out of that dog video. Your algorithm all of a sudden is showing you wet markets in these other countries, and they got little dogs just tied up and just in these little cages. And then you're just like, well, how did I get here? I don't want to be here at all. This isn't entertaining at all. And then you gotta pull up. You gotta do some interstellar. This little thing's gonna cost us years. Okay, I need to reset my algorithm. Okay, it's just gotten too predictable. It's to the point where like I'm fried on scrolling. Like I just can't do it. I can't even really listen. And this is why I toy with the idea of like, is this podcast even something? Like, is it really helping people? Is it really interesting to people? Because I'm like so over comedy podcasts. I know that's crazy for me to say. And maybe I consume them a lot more and I'm just in that world more, that I just don't want, like I just can't listen to stuff anymore. Like comedy podcasts. I feel like we've ran through it. We're now at the point where it's just so oversaturated with comedy podcasts to where I'm like, I need something else other than just a generic. Like there needs to be variables in the comedy podcast for me to be like interested in it. Like I want to hear real conversations. I don't want to hear just, oh yeah, let's see what kind of wordplay we can do on this and just do the same. People do a circuit and you start seeing the same things happening over and over and over again. And I'm like, I don't know about this. Or like phoning it in rather than, making it, information that's interesting. What the fuck do I even have to add to it, dude? I'm probably the 1,000th person to talk about dire wolves today. To be honest with you, what's the point of anything is what I'm getting at. Okay. Listen, when you start creating life and listen, it's just, I've crossed over to the other side. I'm father time now. You know why I think they call it father time? Because once you become a father, you start looking at time. Bars, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Time is different now to me. Now I got to go, okay, I can't waste time anymore. Okay. Selfish time, can't have it anymore. Things need to have a purpose. I see the finish line. I go, oh, what am I doing? It's making me reassess what I do with my free time, what I want to actually spend my time doing. And I don't have time for dire wolves is the whole point that we're getting at. Okay. That's going to be crazy when dire wolves start attacking. What do you do? Like, you can't call regular animal control. You got to call some Game of Thrones animal control. They got to go out there with swords. Not even swords. What are they going to do? That's always crazy. The things that happen with animal attacks are crazy. Like there's like some of these places, they like in really, really expensive communities, if an animal becomes a nuisance, they find the most expensive bullshit way to get rid of these animals. They like will go in and like spay all these wild deer and shit. I think that happened in like Long Island, some East Coast city that was very bougie. They like went in overnight and like tranquilized every animal, performed a full surgery while it was out, and then like re-released it, And the fucking deer wakes up and it's like, where the hell is my baby making device? Okay. You just took out all of that. It's crazy to do to an animal rather than just like, I don't know. What is the humane thing to do in a society like ours? We've become so detached from the natural world that we're now at the point where we're bringing dire wolves back and we're spaying wild deer. Okay. It's a wild world, dude. We just have wild ideas. And I blame Snow White. Okay. Listen, everything goes back to Snow White, and I'm talking about the new one. Okay, this is one of those things where you go back in time and it's the chaos, the butterfly effect. I think this latest version of Snow White ruined everything. Okay, I haven't even seen the movie. It's just fun to jump on the bandwagon. Okay. I haven't seen the new Snow White. I don't really plan on watching it. It's like a big talking point right now because it's everything's been political. I really think identity politics and like just what we've done has gotten pretty tired to the point where like I'm sure people are done talking about it like they don't want. Even me talking about it right now, people are like, yeah, Snow White is over. That already happened. But it's like I think it's the dying. What's the breath? Is it the dying breaths of a last thing? The croaks of a something poetic. Put that in here rather than what I'm just trying to say. But I think it's. I don't know. I think I feel like we are entering a new era. But what's sad is that I thought, at least what it felt like when after this last like presidential election, that we're going in a different direction with how the news reports, because the news is obviously not reflective of the society. And if you look at the way how hard news stations tried to push agendas and dialogue and a narrative, that it seemed like the election was going to go the other way by a landslide, and it went the opposite way by a landslide. And it feels like these news stations now, they're like still trying. Like the whole Trump and Elon Musk and just all this stuff that people are still trying to weaponize. I feel like they're trying even harder and they don't realize that it's already done. Like I really truly think that identity politics are done. And what's sad is I don't think, and I don't want to get political right now. I was trying to have a comedy podcast. Okay. I truly think that, I mean, I at least hope that people that are in these communities where they feel underrepresented and they feel like they had a champion in a certain, whatever party it was that you, in both sides, we'll just be very neutral and say both sides. If you feel like you're being represented by one side, I think once elections are over, how a party acts should show you whether or not they really had your marginalized group in mind, if they were really championing for you or your vote. And I think actions speak louder than words. And I think we should take that approach with everything when it comes to politics, is not look at these very, what people say, look at results, look at objective laws and props and everything you can do. Get involved in local politics, okay? Figure out what's what. Start at the beginning, okay? Start at your HOA level, okay? Get involved, all right? That's how I know I'm getting older, okay? Take a drink every time I say, I know I'm getting older. I start getting to the point where I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to actually say something to my HOA. Because you walk around town, you see it in a regular, like, hey, they still haven't fixed this fence by the park, okay? Why are we paying whatever we're paying a month? We're paying something like $25 to $30 a month to be in an HOA that isn't holding up their side of the bargain. Where's the money going? HOAs are like the most blatant, like it's the first level politics that you can get into that's corrupted. It's because it's like no one knows where the money is going. These embezzlement things. Oh, we use this to buy this. We did this. This is paying for this. You find out these dog poopers, picker-upper bags, things that they put out in the parks. Dog poop bags is an easier way to say that. You find out it's like their cousin's business, dude. It's just how it is. People are corrupt. They're always gonna, try to wash someone else's butt crack, And this is where, because everybody does that. Because I think about that, even with politics and business and networking and comedy, even. I like having, I will help out friends, obviously. If I like someone and I think they're funny, I'll put them on shows for sure. But everyday people, it is not a political system that is taking millions of dollars and guiding the country and manipulating and making decisions that can help and hurt people. So I feel like if you're going to be a public servant, you got to really be doing it to be a public servant. That's why you choose that field, not to be able to profit and make millions of dollars. That's like the crazy thing with Nancy Pelosi. Besides those jugs, dude. Did you know she's statistically like the greatest stock trader of all time? And no, like that's a real fact that she's made better stock picks than like the real professionals of it. And no one even bats an eye. They're like, yeah, she's just gifted. Okay. Yeah. She can do both. Diva, lady boss, whatever you want to call her. Okay. We've gotten off track, dude. We've got off to a weird start. We're rounding the bases right now. Okay. It's just weird times. It's weird times. I am optimistic. Okay. Another thing, I feel like I'm getting older because like I've become so interested in like the history of the United States, world history, and just even the government layout, like with Congress and the Senate and the House of Representatives and the cabinet and like all these different positions and what everybody's supposed to do and like how it's all designed. And then you realize it's been like manipulated to a point where there's so many like checks and balances where it's like you can make sure that nothing gets done. And when you have people who are like bought and paid for by like the biggest conglomerates, which are like pharmaceutical companies and health insurance and all these like giant players, BlackRock and all these things where you're just like, oh yeah, there really are puppet masters. But everybody's so busy with their life to where we're just like, yeah, this is where we're at. And we need something very drastic to happen to make some change. And I think we're in the age of information, but it's almost like none of us are using the information, the tools that we have to access information to do the right things. It's just crazy because I'll be honest, it's the equivalent. I think I talked about this last episode. It's like going to the opera, or do you just want to go watch someone beatbox on YouTube? It's like that where you're sitting down and you're just like, I'm going to listen to the opera and the symphony. It's way less engaging than some songs that were like designed for TikTok. I have like TikTok songs on my workout playlist because they're just so like catchy and like just the sounds, like they just get you going, you know? Provocative. But it's the truth is I think I work out to like 2 classical songs. Okay. That song, The Experience, I listen to a little Interstellar. Okay. Listen, I'm a little artsy. Okay. I'll listen to some movie soundtracks. Okay. I'll listen to a orchestral version of the Transformers theme song. Okay. You don't get down like me. Okay. We're built different. I'm built like a dire wolf. Okay. Old school. But I think there's such a draw. I think I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. How many episodes am I going to do where I talk about getting off your phone? I think people would be happier and healthier if they were able to balance more. And it's something that I'm trying to do. On the days I wake up and I don't have my phone first thing in the morning, feel great, dude. If I can get like 3 or 4 hours of the day going without being on my phone, brother, I'm a different man. If I wake up on a day where the first thing I got to do is check my phone, I'm a whole different man. Not checking the phone, dire wolf. Checking the phone, bitch wolf. Okay? And you get to pick which one you feed. Okay? You remember that wolf quote? Okay? Your boy lives off wolf quotes. Okay? I'll do it. I don't give a shit. Okay. Every now and then you got to listen to a wolf quote to just get you back in gear. Okay. To be like, yeah, maybe I am built different. Maybe the strength of the wolf is the pack and the strength of the pack is the wolf. Okay. There's nothing wrong with a good animal metaphor every now and then. Whatever. You guys don't get it, dude. This has gotten ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. we'll end on this current event. I don't think we talked about this last time. And if we did, I apologize. But it's just I've had time to think about it. Okay. Breaking news. Okay. DoorDash. Listen, I like everybody else, dude. I slip up. I'll get Uber Eats every now and then. I love it, dude. When you have a baby, you just will Uber Eats food. I don't want to go out. I want to take these 20 minutes that I would have used to go pick up food. I just want to spend it here with the family. Get some work done during that 20 minutes. So Uber Eats, sometimes you get a good promo code. You get a good Uber One free trial. Dude, you can get it cheaper than if you went and got the food. It's mind-boggling, okay? Yeah, I know there's a little markup, but sometimes you get those $15 off coupons. Crazy. Highway robbery, okay? But DoorDash has taken it to another level. DoorDash just unveiled that they are now doing payment plans for DoorDash. You now can take out a loan to get Taco Bell. Do you know how crazy that is to basically pay interest on diarrhea? To be sitting there at midnight having diarrhea, knowing you're now on a payment plan for it. That you're paying interest on diarrhea. You're paying 7% interest on bubble guts. That's the craziest thing we've ever done. How far from God have we now strayed? Okay. Your grandparents, you think they ever had to take out a loan for fast food? Okay. The option shouldn't even be there. This is some idiocracy thing. We're just going to start, and you might say, Evan, there's already credit cards. People could be putting the food on credit cards already. This just feels different. Okay. It feels different that DoorDash is now getting in the loan game. Okay. That people are getting that inflation is so bad. People are so without money in their pocket that we're now getting to the point where you got to take out loans to get your fast food. Okay. I already think there's way too many scams for everyday people. Okay. If there was I think there's like the American dream. And I think there was like with our grandparents and everything, there was a real time where you were able to like buy a house and work a regular job and have a family. But there's like way too many people now with like 2 or 3 jobs where both people in the house have to work. The craziest scam, I think, is fucking daycare, where you send your kid to some corral with a bunch of other snot-nosed kids and you're paying like a crazy amount of money for it if you want a good one. Okay? Because you don't want to just send your kid to some makeshift daycare off Craigslist. Okay? But you send, like, some people are making just enough money to pay for the daycare. And then not even to take into account, I bet there's a ton of people who are like, yeah, I'm paying this and this, but then you're not factoring the wear and tear in your car, the gas mileage, the food that you're buying for your job because you're there, and just also the quality of life. And then now you're paying for daycare. It's like we've hit a weird point where it's like it's not even having the American dream. It's like dreaming of the American dream of what's possible. Okay. And it's sad. It's sad. And we've now divulged into the point where now we have DoorDash, just diarrhea loans on diarrhea. Okay. Let's be real. Most fast food causes diarrhea. No, just me. Anyway, you guys don't get me, dude. I love you guys. Okay. Listen, a few shows coming up. If you're in San Marcos, I have 2 shows, 6 and 8 p.m. where your boy's going to be headlining. Wake the Dead, San Marcos. Tickets available at linktree/topflightcomedy or linktree/evanlopez.com. Every Friday, East Austin Comedy Club. The early show, 6 p.m. Last Friday every month at the Fairmont in Austin, Comedy and Caviar. And listen, within the next couple weeks, we're going to be creating a newsletter, email sign-up thing where your boy is going to start spreading his little baby bird wings, and we're going to start doing some weekends, okay? And I might be coming to a place near you, okay? So if you ever wanted to see me bomb in person, you'll get your opportunity, okay? And thank you very much for listening. topics, questions, concerns. I'm always open to them. Okay. And remember, no matter what, I still love you.